This tutorial is to help you with the portfolio project budget and expenses. It starts in section 1.2, kind of alludes to it in part C, number 17 through 18, for you to just start tracking your expenses. But it really takes off in section 1.3, part B, number 42, and section 1.3, part C, number 1. What we've done for the budget and expenses project is kind of expand what we started in the life plan part 1. Now we kind of went through how to create a budget, and we're taking it back from 5 years down the road to today. So this is a current budget. Now some of you are a little hesitant about providing these private numbers. I'm fine with you falsifying or creating a false budget on the side that you can turn in. However, for your own benefit, make sure that this is as detailed and as accurate as possible for your own records, and then when sharing it with maybe another student or even the missionaries, and even turning in, you may use a faux budget or a false budget with some made-up numbers so that you can keep these private numbers to yourself. Now, that being said, some of you are thinking, well, I'd rather just keep track of my actual numbers and not have to do 2 projects. But since I have no idea if these are phone numbers or real numbers that you're turning in, you could turn in your real numbers and I have no idea. Alright, so let's move forward. Over here, I like this, having a column. Now, in the previous tutorial, we talked about having an income, and we show what money's coming in and how to find a total if you have more than one income. Then the expenses, and we list it all out. You can use the information from the One for the Money or All is Safely Gathered In, and just do a basic budget. Some people like going a little further and beyond because everyone's situation is very personal and different from everyone else's. So you can go through here and find things that are applicable to you, or even add things. And we talked about finding the sum. We press equals and then we do a sum. We can also highlight all of these, right click and go to format cells, go to currency, and make them all number values. Alright, now that we've gone through those basics, now that's what we did with the life plan, and these are real numbers now, or you can go ahead and falsify those or use something a little more friendly if you would prefer. I'm going to format these as well. Alright, okay, so what we're doing for the budget and expenses portfolio project is we are going to be tracking, since the semester I'm making this tutorial happens to be in the winter semester. The months we cover are January, February, March, and part of April. So I'm going to, actually let's make it match, and then I'm going to come up here. I can choose a color if I want. If you don't want to choose a color, that's fine. We can change different numbers, different things, whatever works for you and your personality. Now, the thing that we're looking for in the budget and expenses portfolio is that you are tracking your actual expenses. Now, I know that some of you are thinking I can go ahead and use some fake ones. That's okay, you can do that. And tracking your real live income for these months, and that you're using a budget. Now, I need to see the budget somewhere. So in this example, the budget's in a column over here. This is what I expect and what I'm planning on. Another way of saying that is these are the planned amounts and these are the actual amounts, and keeping track of things. Now, some people like keeping track of more specifics, so I'm going to insert here, and inside utilities we could do the electric. We can add in some more, and in fact, let's go ahead and do that over here so that I know it's underneath the category of utilities. And you can break it down to be a little bit more specific if you would like that, or you can do it the same generic that you found in the All is Safely Gathered In and One for the Money. Alright, so now that we've gone through, we've tracked things, let's say maybe the actual amount was a little less on some of these. maybe it ended up being a little more. The electric bill was a little higher, heating costs for the winter, and so forth. Then we come down here and you'll notice the sum of my expenses. And for your benefit, it'll be nice to know the total of your income. If we needed some more, let's say you got another job, so a different income has come into play, and it's $600, so we have a new total income. And right here I'm going to need to sum these, so equals, do a sum, parentheses, add those numbers together and press enter. And down here that changes my total income, so I'm going to press equals and cell reference the total income here, and again the total expenses, which we found here by adding a sum of all of these, and the balance, or you can call this cash flow or the difference, whatever you would like to call that, equals income, subtract expenses, enter, and there you go. And again, you can highlight these and make them format into a currency, and that works as well. Oh, for some reason that didn't work. Let's go back. Format cells, currency, okay, there we go. And then you'll be tracking through the next several months as well for the budget and expenses portfolio for the first part. This is all that's needed, but and there's lots of different ways that you can format this. As long as you have a way of showing me that you have a budget and what you're planning on, the planned amount, and the actual amount for these several months. Here again is the grading rubric. You're tracking your income and expenses. You're using an electronic spreadsheet like Excel, and I know some people are saying that they've used other ways of tracking these things, such as QuickBooks or Quicken and different things like that, and that's fine. However, the second part objective of this project is to make sure that you're getting more comfortable with using Excel to move you into Math 108, because Math 108 has several large projects that uses Microsoft Excel that you need to be familiar with working the system. And show me that you're using a budget. So those three things, and here's a couple more examples. Let's come through here. So this is a different one. So we have a budget, and we're planning it out for each month. We have an income, total income, expenses, and then down here total expenses and subtracting that. There's lots of different ways to format whatever you would like. So here's another example. And one more. So we have different ways of this one carried over. We have expenses, total is, and make sure that you have a total and a cash flow or whatever is left. And you can highlight these however you want, format it to whatever works for your family and what works best. But remember, this is tracking your current account or current cash flow using a budget and showing your budget and tracking the actual amounts for the project. I hope that helps solidify some of the question or answer some of the questions and solidifies the idea for the budget and expenses part. Best of luck to you.